My name is Rebecca, and I am a trail builder and trail crew leader here in the Adirondacks. And I live and my work is based out of the William C. Whitney Wilderness area on Little Tupper Lake. And tonight I would like to tell you the story of the summer of 2017 when my crew and I replaced the Hitch Up Matilda bridges up in Avalanche Lake in the High Peaks Wilderness. So for anyone who's not familiar, Avalanche Paths is located up between Mount Marcy and Mount Algonquin, the two highest peaks in the Adirondacks. And the trail around Avalanche Lake is narrow, it's rocky, and there's a few spots where the lake butts right up against the cliff face. There's no space for a trail. There's bridges that are bolted directly into the cliff face. So our job was to go up there, replace an aging timber structure on top of those steel bolts, and we had 10 days to do this up there. So day one, we're at the Trailhead loading up our packs, and when we head in for a project like this, we carry everything we need to be up there for the duration of the project. So gear, tents, sleeping bags, sleeping pads, kitchen, stoves, food to feed the whole crew for 10 days, and then all the tools that we will need for this project. So we're loading up our packs, and I'd say for this project, everybody was carrying probably between 70 and 80 pounds on their back for that hike up there, which even for us is a pretty heavy load. So we start the hike up, and I'm checking in with the crew throughout the day. How are you guys doing? Do you need to adjust your packs? And they say, we're fine. We've done this before. We've been doing this all summer. We start to get up, as you start to ascend towards the pass. The trail's getting steep. It's getting rocky. How are you guys doing? Are you drinking water? And they're like, we're fine, So it's getting on toward afternoon. The last section of our hike is actually that section around Avalanche Lake. And like I said, it's super narrow. It's very rocky. You got to scramble up and over things. You kind of got to be a mountain goat, really, on that trail. But it's hard to be a mountain goat with 70 pounds of gear on your back. So, I check in with them. How are you guys doing? We're almost there. We're fine. So we get to camp around 7 p.m. and prepare for 9 days of work ahead of us. Day two, we start taking apart the old bridges, and we're doing all this work from rowboats in the lake underneath the bridges. We're hauling new lumber across the lake and taking down the old stuff. Day four, we're starting to assemble the new bridges, and like I said, this is in the High Peaks Wilderness. So what wilderness means for a trail worker is no power tools, no mechanized equipment. So we're making hundreds of cuts by hand, we're drilling hundreds of holes by hand, we're driving screws by hand, time consuming. And these bridges are held together, so they're U-shaped bolts that kind of cradle up under the steel anchors and up into the timber structure of the bridge. So just try to imagine standing in a rowboat with a 3-pound hammer under the bridge, hammering upward with all your might. The rowboat's kind of rocking. There's your crewmates bracing it against the cliff face, and the sound of the hammer is like ear-splitting, echoing across the pass. So day 9, the bridges are just about together. It's evening. We've been working till dinner time most nights to get this project finished. It's a pretty big project. The crew has worked so hard. And like I said, it's getting on towards evening. We're getting ready to pound in the last deck board for the bridge, and a huge storm rolls up through Avalanche Pass. There's thunder like crashing in the pass, and you can see the lightning. Not really safe to be out on those bridges anymore, but luckily we pounded in the last deck board. The wind is starting to whip. There were actually white caps on Avalanche Lake. And we've finished the bridges. I turned to the crew. It's pouring rain. They're huddled under this rock overhang where we've been storing our tools for the past 10 days. And, they've just worked so hard in this beautiful place to finish this really awesome and historic structure. And I say, how are you guys doing? They look so cold. Are you guys okay? You've worked so hard this whole week. And they say, we're fine. Thank you.